So after nearly 10 years of working as a full-time influencer and content creator, I am going back to a full-time 9 to 5 job to a company that I quit about 12 years ago. Girl, the story is crazy. One time for my 2024 vision board, because this was on my 2024 vision board, but I did not know it was going to happen so soon. So I recently accepted a position as producer and anchor at a local news station here in the Bahamas, and I am excited, nervous, a little bit of imposter syndrome is setting in. I am just really anxious about what life is going to look like as a 9 to 5 working wife and mom. So in 2014, I completely left the news industry. I wanted to branch out, try something new, try something different, see what this influencer, content creator world was all about. And I cannot believe the wild ride it has been for the past 10 years. When I say blessed, so just for some context for you, I worked at this company back in 2011. It was a brief stint there and I left. So when the call came that they wanted me to come back, I was just like, did not see that coming, but thank you nonetheless. And so the last time I worked there, I worked as a news reporter and a news anchor. And now I'm going back as a producer and a fill-in, stand-in anchor. Going back to news and going back to this specific news organization is kind of like my redemption song, to be called back to a place that I left. Right? I think speaks a lot to my character. It speaks a lot to my talent. When I think about all of the little ways in which my life is now going to change, I'm just like, whoo, girl. So currently I work from home. I'm pretty much a stay-at-home, work from home wife and mom. And I'm just here all the time. Like, I'm here for my daughter when she gets off from school. I'm here for the extracurricular activities. I'm here making dinner at like 5 in the evening most nights. When I first worked there and when I first went into media, I wasn't a mom, I wasn't a wife. And so now going back to this world that I know can get really hectic and really crazy as a mom, as a wife, it's just anxiety inducing for me. And I'm just thinking about, oh my God, who's going to pick up my daughter from school? Who's going to take her to swim practice? Who's going to take her to the hairdresser? Who's going to get her ready for productions and Christmas plays? And I'm just like, whew. But this is where the village comes in, right? And so we have an amazing support system of family who I know I can call on. It's just that giving up that role and not being able to do those things myself is just like, oh my God. I'm here when the housekeeper is here. I'm just available for my hair and my nails and my, like, all the little freedoms that come with working from home and working for yourself. I am about to no longer have. As a content creator, I literally have some of my content already planned about how I was going to celebrate 10 years of being an entrepreneur and a freelancer and a content creator. And I was really ready to celebrate my 10 years working for myself. And then when you make plans, he laughs. Y'all, I am literally going to work tomorrow. All this weekend, I have been trying to get my mind right, to knock the nerves and beat the anxiousness and just really try to settle and prepare for what this week is going to look like. But nothing's coming to mind. I just gotta jump on in and test the waters out and see how everything goes. Being a news girl for me is like, once you get back on that horse, baby, we gonna ride, because this is what I do. This is in my blood. I love being on camera, like I said. It is now 8:15. I have to get ready for work in the morning, guys. Can't believe I'm saying that. I am just about done getting ready for work. And if you can hear some crying in the background, this is what we're dealing with this morning. So anxiety already setting in about school and meshing that with work. But gonna get out of here now, gonna hit the road because I don't want to catch that crazy traffic. But it's day one, I'm almost ready, and I'm gonna bring you with me. So day one is done, and I am back home from my first day of work. It was a pretty easy day, a typical first day of work where we just set up my workspace, set up my laptops and emails, and just really got acclimated to the space. I actually also got to voice over one of the promos for one of the TV shows, so that was super cool. Just sent a bunch of emails back and forth, planning and prepping for upcoming projects. Still getting over the jitters and the anxiety, but today was pretty cool. Everyone there made me feel welcome. They actually brought me donuts. They brought me donuts and wrote me a little welcome back note on the whiteboard. They were really welcoming, really loving, and so definitely super excited to be a part of a crew that's just so warm and cuddly. Today was day one, and I already see a couple of changes that I need to make to my routine. I definitely got to get out a little bit earlier than I did today. Thinking about changing my shift though. So I'm going to go in about a half hour later than I did today, just to kind of let that morning traffic fade away. It wasn't so bad getting Farron out. She was a little bit cranky because she had to get up a little bit earlier, but she was okay for the most part. After school was Daddy's turn. He picked her up, took her to swim class, and we literally got back home at the same time today. And so we kind of pulled up at the house the same time, and it was right into our typical after school routine, which was good because that does not throw off our evening schedule so much. So if I can get home at that same time every day, that would be good. I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going to factor in my gymming because I'm gonna need the gym. But I'm thinking that I will have to do very early, the first class of the day, which is at 5:15-ish. So I may have to switch my gym schedule to that. So here's what I wore for my first day on the job. I decided to go with the power suit, and so I found this really cool, really beautiful kind of mint green two-piece jacket and pants set. I just put a little camisole underneath. It's accented with these gold kind of like military style buttons, and then it has this tie at the back. I paired them with some heels, and yeah, that was just pretty much my look for the day. But other than that, today went well. It was a good time. I was reintroduced to a lot of people I used to work with. Saw some old friends and some old co-workers, so definitely looking forward to what else this week has to bring. So it is back to my 9 to 5 day 2, and I am sitting in my car having a little lunch, and now I'm just going to freshen up my face before I walk back inside, take a breather. But it's going good so far. So today I ran into some of my friends and old co-workers who I used to work with at another place. They're now here, and so just a lot of conversation, smiles, hugs, welcomes, and all that good stuff. And so yeah, going pretty good. I am actually surprised at how quickly the time has flown by these past 2 days. Like, I'm like, oh, it's almost time to get off already. Where is my lipstick? Oh, there we go. I am actually doing MAC Ruby Woo today with this black and white hound tooth. I actually today did a really cool thing. So 12 years ago when I first worked here, I took this photo of like one of my first days on the job in front of the logo in the newsroom right at the anchor's desk. And so today I went back to that same spot to recreate that photo, and it was so nostalgic. It was such a full circle moment to do that, just to see how different I look, how much I've grown, and just to be back at this place 12 years later. So that was pretty cool to do. sort of back on a 9-to-5 job after working for myself for 10 years. And I am sitting outside of work about to go in. I am a couple minutes early. So just taking a moment in my car to woo-saw it out. But the week has been going pretty good. The week has been, I guess what you would say a first week of work is a lot of getting your feet wet, getting reacclimated, meeting people. I had a couple of meetings yesterday to work on some projects that are coming up. And so I'm really slowing myself back into the grind and the routine. I also identified the perfect time to leave home and the perfect route to get to work. And so I'm very happy about that, because that anxiety, the stress, the rushing that traffic brings, like I couldn't take that. So we are going to go inside now and hopefully have a productive day. Welcome to day 5 of being back on a 9-to-5. But guess who has today off? I actually have to work tomorrow on Saturday, but that's fine because I don't mind a weekday off. I could always take a weekday off. And it works out perfectly as well, because remember when I was telling you that I was so anxious about not being here for my daughter and her events? Well, today is her school spring production, and the timing aligns perfectly because now I get the opportunity to take her to the hair salon and get her ready for tonight's production, tonight's play. Being off today also proves to me that I don't mind a 4-day work week. Like, I could do a Monday to Thursday and be good, but such is life, such is the reality. I know there's always some stigma, specifically for influencers who have branched out and who have quit their jobs. The stigma around them going back to work or going back to a 9-to-5. Girl, fear not. Follow your heart, follow your mind. As opportunities come, you take them, as long as they align with your values and your standards and what plans you have for your family. A lot of that went into my decision making when I decided to take the position. I evaluated where I was, where I wanted to be, where my family was, what I wanted for us. I made the call, with my husband and family. We decided what we thought would be best, and they're supporting me, as they always have supported me. Even when I quit years ago, they were like, okay girl, we see you, but we got you. I have no fear in returning to a 9-to-5, especially the fear of what people will say. Like, I do not care, okay, what people are going to say, what they will say, what they have said. Like, it's never bothered me, it's never mattered to me. And so I am just making the moves that I know that I need to make for me and my family at this time. And on top of that, because I have built such a solid foundation over the past 10 years, like, this is another stream of income for me, really. That's how I look at it. And so for me, it was like, if I could bank another stream of income, girl, why not? So thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any questions for me, let me know. I will be sharing and vlogging the experience as it goes throughout the process, throughout the journey. So be sure to like and subscribe and keep up with my journey, y'all. See how it goes being back on a 9-to-5. Thank you so much for watching.